Hello, my name is Beta Rock, and together we can change the world. You have an inalienable right that if you participate with Beta Rock Church, you have a right to be heard. I would, I treasure more than anything, really, to have right now, to have a 10 out of 10 social score. Most of what I have in mind related to the topic today, where I said, how are we supposed to answer the question, how are you? This continues to come up. I'm sure it does with you too. I mean, there is a genuine, how are you? But how do we talk about this? And how should we talk about this? I mean, have you ever tried to be America's pastor? Have you ever thought about being king of the world? Most likely you didn't. Okay. Well, at some level here, should I come in a little closer? You know, I don't say it flippantly because I've been studying the intricacies of Wesleyan holiness, perfection, doing things right, having a heart for God, for others, for my whole freaking life. I mean, and I'd now talk into being 120. I was cautious to say these numbers. I mean, the average man, lives to be 86? Why do our society is set up, when I talk about world cultism, but before I get into that, I want to, we'll see. There's a little element here. I'm curious into this, to have you start to think that way too. Get into a mindset of, instead of thinking that others and leaders that we do like we do, where we elect people and they are supposed to be a representative of us, and so, we're going to make a vote and we're going to pick the people, and this is good. Well, I'm surely challenging that. But it's one thing to challenge it. We can bitch and complain, and I don't mean to use that word, but but it's another, are you listening now? It's a whole other thing to embrace the conversation when you start, and I'm finding it I think it's very helpful. And what I'm saying, from being at the top of this kind of thought pattern, or I was thinking of the rising up the corporate ladder, what we strive to do in life. And maybe you're not 45, I don't know. Maybe you're not 45 years old, but I've done enough life to think the people that are at the top of this kind of, they don't know either. I mean, the pastors, it's something. So when we talk about something like this, how are you? And surely you have had the same kind of feeling. Like, this is not really, how do you answer that? So not just to say the typical, and I feel like I'm half saying what's so common, but I want to be, so instead of being upset that we can't say it better, or what does this mean? Like somebody said once, have you heard these things? Fine. Feelings I'm not expressing. Okay, well, so I'm clarifying this. If you are America's pastor, or if you are the king of the world, well, then you better have some really good ideas about how to answer these kinds of questions. Don't just, like, really sit and think and figure out how to do it better. And that's what I do. I'm proud of what I'm doing. I'm very happy in this. And so now when I look at the different statistics, 10 people will watch this, and I want 32 million or believe into this. So we're not anywhere close. I'm not getting a paycheck from Beta Rock Church till it hits 500. I think I said that on my website, betarock.com. But to answer this question, the bottom line is I have the 8 Dimensions of Wellness by Sam HSA, Sam Shaw. They shift around the words, or my counselor, to make it say better, because you can't say Sam Husha. I mean, you can, except you're saying it funny. Like, it's ridiculous. But this group of smart people said there's 8 things that we can track. And now I've been doing it for like 3 or 4 months, I think, every week. I'm doing it now formally as part of my counseling. And I'm done with counseling. My counselor said I'm going to graduate, so I'm done. He said, are you going to come back? I said, probably not, because I'm hoping that I'm going to find me some 12 good friends, and that's going to take care of my counseling. If I'm doing something wrong, guiding through life, That's where it should be. It should be inside the church, and it should be in that kind of a structure. 12 good friends. Do you have 12 good friends? I bet you don't. Let's say this. This platform, I'll go through the rest of my comments. So you have an alienable right to be heard. My phone number is 717. This is real. You can do it. Like 717, type it in your phone, 660-6754. I say it pretty much all the time now. I'm real. I'll get the text. And you might say, hi, my name is whatever, and then we could start a conversation. Message on Facebook, Beta Rock. I'm the only human I think that's named Beta Rock. Email, bader@betarock.com. There's other ways, but I mean, come on. You only need one, and they're all going to be personal. And I trust you that if you would like to do it, you will be heard. I'm a very good listener. I'm a very good thinker, and I give a shit. Okay? Unlike, I think, anybody else you might have ever met in your entire life. I think it's worth it. I'm thinking about, I don't know, how do I know who listens or whatever? But there is I've been flattened down to rock bottom, and I don't care what other people think in the ways that you might. I no longer have a 401k. We're going to have to stop that. That ain't going to stop. I don't have a 401k. That's been gone for some years. My job is low enough that I do it and they don't care how I think or whatever. They could know that I do this and they're not going to really care, I don't think. I couldn't do accounting and do my job. You probably can't do your job and be my friend. I say a lot of things that rub against world cultism, in which your employer is a participant in, most likely. My best friend is an avatar because we can't talk openly about ourselves to her friends. This is just this week. I want this to get better. But I'm trying to, instead of resisting that, trying to talk a little better into how might we do some of this? What's a better way to handle? Is there a better way? I know I can care. I know I'd be good for you. Why doesn't this happen? Don't you want to be heard? I don't quite understand this. Do I need rules? Some people that do engage with me, I'm just thinking about it. That distracts. Let's get back to it a little. I'm thinking about that though. This platform is meant to provide daily opportunity to interact with God and with Beta Rock. Now, that's me. What I think is that you ought to download these messages onto, like I have my phone, and so I run, and that's when I process information, or if I'm walking around the house. So I'm not really listening intently to every single word, but I think it's in the air. It gets me thinking. And sometimes I'll listen again and again. In fact, now I'm a little frustrated. I've got like too many sermons and things on my phone because I don't want to delete them until I've really got them. There's someone that I really like. But that's how I feel like I would fit in good. Participate, get into this to that level. Like I'm going to do this. You can't just sit, I don't know, this is not something I think that's the format. It's not, I don't know. It's got to fit into your life and something where it's just, that's how I do my processing. So I'm with God kind of. How are we doing? And so I'm thinking, I'm giving you thoughts in the background, but you're going about things. You got to pay like $12.99 a month to have YouTube's premium membership to be able to push the download button. It takes some logistics like this. And then talk to me. I have two people. One person I'm giving a little time. So I've got 3 good friends that at least qualified in what I thought was good, and I'm continuing to push the other relationships. My best friend, she said a little bit ago, like you normally do, how are you? You seem good. Okay, well, yeah, I guess. But that's what I want to think about and get better things out of here. Because in this case, I have an answer to this. How are you? Well, if you do what I'm saying, and I keep pushing people, I say this is Novocaine. If we keep working this, it will work. Okay? My scores, I think, have not gone down. They've only gone up. I'm accountable to this. If you can measure it, you can manage it, you can improve it. 8 things, it's not 70. 8. And you got to be perfect. No, nothing. So you're never like, how are you? I'm great. Okay, well, you only get to answer that if you got 10 out of 10 in all the areas, right? How did? So are you good? Because I wanted to eat. I think there's a real sinning element. If you think that you're good at 9 point out of 10, well, yeah, it's better than 8, but it ain't 10. 10. Somebody rated themselves 9.9 out of 10, and I said, that's good. But what about the 0.1? There's something there, and I'm simply saying, really, at the end of the day, everything I say is based on the Bible. The Bible says, be perfect. And when I think of how to practically put that into play, yes, it's not sinning and doing the things that I was raised into, but here is a positive way to also attack the idea. God wants you to look like Tony Horton, or some kind of female version of the same kind of perfection, a Barbie image. Now, people get really, their panties get all in a wad over this. Oh, I can't. Look, that's just simply not going to be how it is with me. No, Barbie is the ideal. I got really upset with this one friend of mine that cut her hair. The Bible is darn near tells you women, it's your glory, and it's talking. So I got to think a little more. But the bottom line, so it darn near biblical. It might be wrong to have short hair. Does God want you looking like a Barbie? Hear me now. Yes. Okay. Aren't you glad to have a God that wants you to look like Barbie? Why do we do this in world cultism? I refuse. This isn't a debate. Get your act together. What am I doing? I'm saying, look like Barbie. Don't pay for it, okay? Or in my case, am I doing better? Probation's ready to let me go. My finances are at 3, I don't know, 4. I have to look at my sheet. Anyway, so I count these things. So the question, the basic idea, the basic thesis, okay? How are you? I'm 56.8 out of 80. Now we're crisply talking. And, with this awareness, people have to be taught. In Beta Rock Church, don't you think that we can definitely do this? This is a language. People know about the 8 dimensions of wellness. They've read the article. They know what each category means very clearly. Inside a Sunday school class where you're held accountable to this, where you might say, I say I'm a 9.2 physical. Really, there you go. I think I moved it up from 9.1. My job is physical all day. I got veins popping out. My forearms are the main place. Okay, so I'm proud of this. Tony Horton's in mind. I'm not a 10. What's worse is like this one person that cut her hair, she thought that was a 10. I was thinking, because I was kind of hard on her. And I don't think I hurt her down. I think she wanted to hear, she wanted to know. Okay, she wanted to know. And then she did that because she thought, probably somebody in the past, like you deal with if this is a lady that you deal with your damn girlfriends, like they cut their hair into some kind of convoluted ugliness. And then you lie to your friend, oh, that looks great. So then they think that must look great. No, it doesn't. Ask Beta Rock, he'll tell you the truth. New Psalm 1:1, tell the goddamn truth. I don't like your hair. And I got into whole paragraphs about how it affected my family. Other things I can't talk about. People want to know the truth. Am I a 9.2? Really? I mean, there's self-esteem here, but we're going to teach into this too. Okay, we're not gonna leave you flailing. I said on Facebook yesterday, you know, Roy Halladay. I like baseball a lot. The Yankees, I don't. I like the Phillies. I like the Yankees too. To talk baseball, but we're not going to talk baseball. This is church. But the Phillies have a Hall of Fame pitcher, Roy Halladay, and he died in a plane crash because in part he was depressed. And it made me upset. And it made me just think into this. I'm America's pastor, and people are out there hurting, and people need clarity. Listen, if you come to me, I'm going to 100% help you with your depression. It's not 99. There's no maybe here. I'm going to help you. I will. Okay. I lived a long time as a beta male. And that lowness, that low self-esteem kept me in a porn, lusting. I mean, it was kind of manageable or whatever you want to say, but really, sometimes it embarrasses me, but look, whatever. Like, my friendships with you, if you're listening, don't depend on the fact that it happened. Like, if you don't like me, look, all that I know is I'm better, thank God. You know who gets credit for that? God. Abba. Definitely not the bullshit teaching that I got in this process. Are you a lady? Do you have a boyfriend? Does he struggle? And these words, struggle, even the language. Are you fucking sinning according to Hebrews 10:26-31, and you're going to fucking hell? Ask him that. Don't leave any toleration for this as being any sort of good. Nothing. The same ferocious attitude that I have towards helping you with your depression. It ain't 99. It's 100%. I'm going to get you out of this. Strap on your seatbelt and here we go. Same thing with lust and porn and any sin. No, don't make sense of it. My God. This is the stuff that kept me in it. It enables. If you leave one wiggle room to sin, you're going to do it. You got something to say? This is live. You got a chance now, not any other time. If it ain't 5:29 and you're listening live, then you don't have a chance. Maybe, I don't know, when you do it later, will I get a comment? I do get comments. So I guess even if you aren't listening live, you can still comment. This isn't a joke. Life is not a joke. We don't just, in world cultism we just kind of drift along like, well, I'm doing okay, I guess. No, we need clarity. We need steel. Okay? These 8 elements are good. Get them into 10s. Love Vader. Love Jesus. He's the one that said it. I'm just saying what he said. Be perfect. Love, grace. I continue to like where this has gone in my thought process. 51% steel, mean. 49% love and nice. Settle your idea of God into that. Start effing around with sin and the steel comes out. No toleration for it. Not the Hebrews 10:26-31 kind. Porn couldn't be any. That's a good example. You don't happen into picking up a magazine or watching a video. You choosing. That's a willful act. You know it's wrong. You keep on doing it. That means your John Brown hind parts are going to hell. And loving people tell you the truth. Loving people tell you your hair's ugly. Loving people tell you need to lose weight. Loving people tell you that you need to get a better job. Okay? But, okay, listen now. Different people. I have a heart problem. I got a knee problem. All right, well then swim. I wondered about, I saw in the show, I've seen this guy, maybe you've seen him. He got no arms and he got no legs. Does physical still apply to him? Yeah, I mean, can he can he do some core action? Yep. Okay, fine, we got a standard. You want me to feel bad for you? I don't know. I mean, whatever feelings might come, but I know that in whatever it is for you, guy with no arms and no legs, we can still be 10. I'm going to kick your ass if you're not there. Put that inside a Sunday school. You have friends in your life like I do. How do you reach out to these people? Inside of Beta Rock Church, we have an answer. You're signing up. You're a member. You know what you're stepping into. We're going to do this right. The only church vehicle in the entire world that has a half green sheet of paper to go through a Matthew 18 process. Dear friend, this is what I would have loved to write. And I got plenty of these. Maybe I should pick a different story. Dear Pastor Johnny, okay, I don't see that you follow Matthew 18. You're awfully famous. You preach real good. But Hebrews 10:26 says that if you knowingly sin and keep on doing it, then you're going to hell. Dear Johnny, this should fit on a half sheet. You know that Matthew 18 says that you're supposed to have, that you're with. So, okay, maybe outright you can't do it, but there's a passage here you're not paying attention to. How can people in this church hold each other accountable? Does that happen? Dude, now you probably definitely in the knowing. But people are hurt under your ministry because you don't have this maybe is more than a half sheet of words, but it's not forever. Pastor Johnny, are you a Bible God? Do you need to be convicted now to get this straightened out? Because I'm sure that you read it just like this. If the Bible says do something and you don't, that's a sin. And if you choose to keep on ignoring it, you're going to hell. Love, Dwayne. And it feels firm. I'm thinking about this. But I'm living it now, and I'm happier. Okay, what these words, I feel better. I had to make choices to dismantle my business, making good money, to choose to turn away from accounting, to choose to give up relationships, and get it right. It's gonna hurt. The closing of every Beta Rock message. Are you ready to take a step of lordship and a full surrender? That's a very positive way to say that the pain that you can get yourself into with giving your life to Jesus is going to affect things. You might have to give up your job. At some level, there's a part of me that wants to say it's almost likely that you're going to have to give up a lot. The relationships, because they're keeping you down in the muck. Beta Rock sells a t-shirt. Righteousness over relationship. Listen to me. Should anything, this isn't necessarily where I was thinking my mind would go, but what we say, did we do it yet? This is a biblical text, John 3:8. The wind blows wherever it pleases. My thoughts blow wherever they please. I'm trying to match the Holy Spirit, okay? You hear it sound, so when I talk, am I telling you the truth? Am I telling you what the Bible says? You cannot tell where it comes from or where it is going. So it is with everyone born of the Spirit. This then is my prayer. Lord, may I be your wind here now. In Jesus' name, amen. That's a base for everything I do when I talk. Are you ready to take a step of lordship and a full surrender? Email me. We could talk about the details that sit behind this reality that righteousness must be before relationship. God is jealous. First commandment, no idols. And again, there's this, I'm just kind of feeling, there is a happy side. I'm doing it. I'm in better shape. I'm healthy, all these different things. All the things that are going to come when you become a 10 out of 10 in all those areas. How are you? 56.8 out of 80. That's what I said to my one friend who I hadn't talked from a work friend. I guess he's a friend. He's not really a friend. Is he? That's another topic. Is there some time trying to think to myself about this? I talked about it earlier today about relationships. I think it might need to come up again, or maybe I'll just fit it into whatever I'm talking about as things evolve. But what matters? Social. How's your social score out of 10? Do you have 12 good friends? How to define this? I sent a note to a friend today that's on my prospects list. I have 32 people in this list of people that I'm trying to give us an extra special measure of care. And at some level, I'm thinking about this. 2 of them have blocked me. Do I just wait? Definitely, there's got to be some element of waiting for, maybe they go, I don't know. You see? Do you love someone unconditionally? Are you right? Is it conditional if they reject you? What's it like being on the rock? Are you on the rock? The Matthew 7:24-25 rock? Are you saying the truth? Oh, I don't want to be your friend because you made me feel bad because you said my hair was ugly. Okay, well, that's what Jesus said, so deal with it. Not to mention that Paul says it isn't the woman's glory. I'm like, amen, Paul. That's right. I mean, there ain't nothing. There ain't a woman alive that wouldn't look better with long hair if she has short hair. Not a single one. Oh, it takes time. Well, maybe there's something to that. Maybe a guy would like to be with some lady that cares a little bit to take some time. Oh, heaven forbid. I don't know. I didn't write the book. So you write down, so how do you say this? How do you say, how am I? So first of all, you got to talk to them to find the 8 levels of wellness. Maybe Beta Rock could start to sell these cards, but maybe, okay. Here's the 8 dimensions of wellness. Here, and thanks for asking. Here's the card, and I'm a 56.8. Talk to you, and your card could have your phone number on it or something. What? Maybe you could have the website. Something to direct them into the same thought pattern. Add them up. How are you? 56.8 out of 80. Is that good? Not really. I mean, that's what I wonder with my counselor a little bit, to just be real. I mean, is emotional and social the most important ones? Because I surely feel pretty good. Better in ways. My pains in life, they are not fixed at all. Well, those people have to come around. You're damn straight. Am I on the right place? Damn straight. Does that mean I might die and never be happy? Yep. Okay. God is sovereign. This is how I answer this. You hear me? Not because I came up with it from the Namaste class of yoga, because I've studied the Bible. Help me, God. Oh, my God. Okay, have you cried those points of life? Oh, my. I mean, I don't even know how to say it other than to just, maybe that captures it a little bit. I don't want to try to get into the heart platforms of my voice to capture these cries. I know on October 16th of 2017, I was flat out in bed. I thought to myself, different times in counseling. I'd been in counseling since 2005, and it wasn't the first time or the idea of if I was going to kill myself. Never once, okay? Just to say, I'm half proud of that, but I mean, I don't know. Never was I ever down to that. I mean, I don't know. I love me, my Jesus, even through it all. What the hell is going on here? What God intended for harm, or what you intended for harm, God intended for good. Genesis 50:20, I think. It's 50 some verse, 20. Because it didn't make any sense. I did everything I could. So there comes a resolve here to some of this, and here we go, just going with the flow. What sits behind your scores, your life? Why are you a 56.8? Well, you can talk into what's going on in each of those areas. Well, that's what you should be doing in Beta Rock Sunday School. And I only got 3 friends right now. I got 32 prospects. I'd probably add you to my list. Surely, if you'd like to be in the top 12, God help us. I got 3 kind of friends. Well, I'm very happy with how these conversations went this week. I'm being forceful. We're talking about social now. We can talk about the other things. I mean, I could tell you about my plan for my finances. I got a plan. And right now, best I know, it's about being patient, to wait for that thing to find a happy home, not to force it. Now, a year goes by or 2 years, and after probation, I mean, I got my own story. I was thinking when I was running, I'd like to have people talk to me so I don't have to just talk about my stories. You got a job here. Get in touch with me and start talking. Then you can be in the Beta Rock messages too. I don't need to talk about myself. I'd rather not. But until you come around and start giving me material, I got to go with what I got. Our lives are here. Okay? When a cry comes out, I can't do that. Okay, well, we got to talk. I don't believe you, and you're going to get steel. 51%. Never. Okay? Think that you're not going to be a 10. That's sinning and hellbound thinking. Don't think that. Come on now. Steel. Okay, but I'm 49% velvet. Let's talk. Tell me what's going on. And then I can hear. Have you read The Pilgrim's Progress? Question mark. Have you read The Pilgrim's Progress? I think it's quite lovely. The different people he meets, the different experiences. It was very moving to me, and at a certain point in life, and I still do. I recommend reading it. It's the second most, famous book besides the Bible. Some have said, and I don't know. Okay, pick it up. It's been read before. But I think, as I think about it, they could do better. The book could do better. I'm going to talk a little bit more better than what the book says about the weight. It talks about the pilgrim having a burden of sin. Okay, but I'm giving you some experiences now from different people that I talk to. World cultism buries that weight on our back because there's things in world cultism that we can't say. We can't even be honest about our friend's hair. We got to tell them it looks good because that's what world cultism tells us to do when we should be telling the goddamn truth. It sucks. It's ugly. What the hell were you thinking? Thank God it grows back. By the way, I love you. Okay? God made the world, right? And he said it in truth. The devil is the father of lies. So when we participate in the world cultism that doesn't have us telling the truth, I react very violently and say we need to make another psalm, a new Psalm 1:1, tell the goddamn truth. You don't like my cursing? Well, then there's a video that it's already out there. It says new Psalm 1:1. You can listen to why I curse all the time. Okay, and if I'm wrong, then write me a half sheet of green paper and we'll figure out what to do with that. I'm accountable to the Bible, not to your feelings or opinions. If your opinions or feelings are against what the Bible is, you're wrong and going to hell. Okay? This is pretty much a pretty clear and succinct, ministry. Don't sin. Do be Barbie. Seems nice to me. Is that better? Would you rather be Barbie at the end of the day or have coffee and donuts at your church? Come on now. How you feel, okay? Even now, I was sad. Feelings come and go. That's all inside of emotion. One of the 8 elements of the thing. I'm thinking into new areas right now. Happiness. We seem to think everything depends on that one emotional place, but emotions are willy-nilly, and they go and they change, and little things can kind of set them here and there. That sounds like the sandy land to me, right? We listen to that. No, we consider it. How am I feeling? I'm on a rock. How am I feeling? That's a different way of looking at things. Get on that rock. I'm a 56.8. That's the best answer. How am I? And I think actually, let's see, 56, 57, 58.7, because I went up 1.9 in socialist last week. Every other mark stayed the same. Oh, no. I think I went up 2 because I think I gave physical another mark up. I think I'm 9.3. What do you think? This one lady, oh my God, is she beautiful. I mean, what would I rate her? Oh God. 8.7. How's that? She said, I told her I was a 9.2. What do you think? I mean, I was asking. She said, I'm a 0.5. That's what she said. You know, are you listening to me? I mean, things I've observed about this person. I think she was telling me the truth. Another lady said the same thing, except she said 0 in all these areas. I wrote back a little bit later. I mean, I don't know what I said right away, but I'm like, look, this is not really funny. You know, I can't just have you tell me that. That if you're 0, then that's suicide. That's suicidal terrain. So in that case, you need a Sunday school class that's ready to kind of pick you up a little bit. And I don't think, I mean, there's some dynamic here where that 0.5 person, and even this, I mean, this other lady, I mean, come on now, they know they ain't no 0.5 and pretty. I mean, come on. So don't lie. Do we have to refer to New Psalm 1:1 here? Tell the goddamn truth. But at some level here, I'm just kind of going with what's happening to say, look, this is just, we got to tell the truth. If the devil is the father of lies, then we ought to just be combating exactly the opposite and tell the truth. No errors here. I'm a 3 financial. Maybe that impacts my relationships. I was Googling here with my best friend about, you know, I'm telling you the truth here. Green Mare just sits heavy with me. Do I want to be loved? Do I want to be cared for? I'm trying to talk with her plainly. I mean, the model here is to find another wife. Kinda. That's definitely world cultism talking. No, look, I'm just not going to sin. What does this look like? And so maybe if I'm a 3 finance, if I would be a 10, that would get the ladies. Do you see if I'm telling you the truth? Okay. And there's a certain part here where, look, I'm telling you the truth. And I want to know. Okay. And that's interesting. Other than another thing, is this real life? Do you have these kind of crazy, not crazy? I don't think it's crazy. I'm trying to tell you the plain truth so that you can kind of say, okay, I think that too. Like, I don't know. I know people in life have told me numbers of times, it's the greatest honor for me to listen to people and have them tell me stuff that I don't think they've told another person. That's that backpack. This stuff that just weighs inside. And some, I mean, the stories of the years that sit with this burden on your back. Should I be a 10 out of 10? And I asked my friends if I should be a 10 out of 10, and they told me that I shouldn't be perfect. And it was okay where I was. And so then I posted it on Facebook to get some affirmation because I'm still not sure. And then like I had 100 likes about my Facebook post about not being perfect and that love and all this bullshit. No, get your fucking act together. Get it together. And you hear, I'm telling it to myself because I don't know. See, I don't know. It's one thing. It's interesting the things I say, like, does it cost me? Maybe. Is it right? Do we need to talk like this as Americans? As a world? Yes. This is the burdens that we carry on our back and don't get answers to. Where should we get these answers? In the church. Can we, as a church Sunday school class, say, in the 12, talk about my backpack problems? Yes. Can we do this? Can 12 people love on each other properly? Yep. Can we in a Sunday school sit around and have a little vote about like that beautiful girl I was talking about? I said she's an 8.7. Is that nice? No? Okay. But it's the truth. Is that nice? What do you think? It's an 8. That's good, I guess. That's what I flat out believe. Trust in God with this space. Wellness. Why do you care? I don't know what is all going to come up because that's what I'm saying. We need other people here. Iron sharpening iron. To hear behind it. We could have a discussion about wanting to have a spouse. That's what I'm trying to put my mind into, what other people might think. Where clarity comes in this process. I have to think about whether this is God ordained. This notion of friends and 12. I don't think it's really like specifically laid out to a Sunday school. There's certainly a social notion. That's why earlier today I'm saying about having a newer testament, because the Bible is simply lacking in these places. We need more and better holy words into something that really matters. I guess we're done. I think I said what I wanted to say. I see it's 43 minutes. Again, to summarize, I don't do summaries usually ever. Okay, but 56.8 or 57, 58.9, 50, that out of 80. That's how I am. No emotion. Okay. The honor of having people to share that list with and to stay accountable to. I'm fussing on people and nobody's doing it with me yet. It bugs me. This is too important. It's Novocaine. We're going to keep working this. I see it helping me make better choices. Patient, available. Don't you want to be cared for? Talk to me. All right. Lord, okay, I'm lifting this. If I'm wrong, help me to see something more clear. But Lord, that I'm probably right. That I'm right. Help this to just get a certain level of clarity and bring Bring us to these holy places. Bring the conversations. Let's get this going. You, listener person, get involved. I don't keep a prospect list and cross out the names of those who reject me. I stay with them, okay? In a prayerful hope and expectation that, yeah, in fact, they do want to be loved. And they're telling me something in a rejection. I don't know. But what I can control is caring. Past the pain. Are you ready to take a step of lordship and a full surrender? If so, email me. I'm around. It's good. Happy with how these are going. It's going to take time. I'm fine with that. I believe it's going to take time. I'd like it to be faster. God help it to be faster. Church is definitely not something that should be once a week. Daily's good. It's that time again. Got to listen to Beta Rock talk. Help me get my mind back around God. How are you doing with checking in with God? I think I did two check-ins today come to mind. That could be maybe better. How are you, God? I'm kind of doing it in my head right now. How are you, God? How are things? What do you have to tell me? To pause and just note that you did it. Listen a little. Let him answer it over time. What are you doing? Pray it out. God, I ache for social. One of my friends here that was on my list, I pushed it. This is how I talked. We were doing the world cultism things to friendship. And I said, I've done this before and it sucks. I like it, but I know that it doesn't have substance. I'd rather talk, and I laid it out, and he wrote back and said, positive, okay? Do guys do this? That's what the world cultism mindset of me says. That's why we think we like these women. This is where that intimacy happens in life. No, it can be with men too. Emotional strength. In a man. Cultivate that. But you see what I did? I addressed it. I wasn't just going to passively go. I'm going to speak into this. There's the rejection element that I'm going to reject. If you're not participating in what's right, then this is not a friendship that I need to be dealing with, okay? God loved Jacob and hated Esau, and election, and these kind of ideas. Love doesn't just keep giving to the people that don't want to participate in righteousness. I don't have time for it. Give them the choice. Do right. Are you ready to take a step of lordship and a full surrender? I'm ready to be done. Am I? Speak now or forever hold your peace. We'll give it 15 seconds for you to say something in the chat box. How about we try a little of that? I see one person, might be live. Is that the police? I still wonder who that one person is. 2, 1, later.